So you need to let your clients know. You know, the problem with South Africans is they are stingy. They are stingy. For a South African to part with his money is like a miracle. You know, so you need to sit down with your clients and say, over a 10-year period, do you want to sell the house next year? Do you want to fix and sell next year? Because then I'm not for you. Then whatever I'm doing is not for you. You also don't want them to sell the house next year and they give your guarantee and they run off into the sunset and you have now guaranteed a problem. So make sure that on that application you don't cover problems, you try and give your maximum guarantee. We give a 3-year, a 5-year or a 10-year guarantee, and the only time that we'll do that, the 3 or the 5 or the 10, is size. Obviously if it's a 20 square meter roof, I'm going to get married to you for 10 years. I'm going to do the work exactly the same and I'm going to give you a 3-year guarantee. If it was a bigger roof, I would have given you a 10-year guarantee. It doesn't mean because I'm giving you a 5 or a 10-year guarantee that I am putting more material. I'm not putting more material. My material has certain levels. You need to do that, and to do that. If you do all of that, it's guaranteed. The time frame of the guarantee is only dependent on the size, not on the material. The material is exactly the same. If you need to do preparation and you need to put one coat down and you need to put another coat down, if you have done all of that, it's going to be exactly the same in 10 years. Just that you haven't been married to the client for 10 years for 20 square meters. So you need to check that as well. Don't go and get 10-year guarantees on 20, 30 square meters. The 3-year guarantee, you've also got to look at how much profit is there in there for you. If you are only making 5,000 Rand on a 20 square meter job, you want to get married to the client for 5,000 Rand? For 10 years, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So your material doesn't change. It's just the size of it. And most of the time, I will only give a 10-year guarantee on top of torch-on if I use InnoPAS, and I have then charged for a service. We charge for a service. That is what you are looking at with torch-on. If there's existing torch-on, if I need to do a service to the torch-on, 125. Then the preparation on top of that, that's my primers, and then the InnoPAS at 300 on top of that. So you're looking at 450, 460. So you're looking at 460, that's if it has got existing torch-on on. You can either take that price and work it out once you've done your costings and that on the material. You can either charge them the 125 to remove it, then 25 or 35 to do a screed. The problem is when you take torch-on off, because it is heat fused, there is sections of the screed that when you lift the torch-on, there are sections that are going to come with. That you have to repair. If you do not repair it, you must remember my material is 2 mils thick. It is going to mirror whatever surface you are putting it on. It is going to be a pure reflection of it. So if you have got a ditch, if you have got a hole, my material is not going to fill it up until it's smooth. You need to do that in your preparation. You need to smooth all of that off. My material is only 2 mils thick. And then all of my material, all of these over here, the AcrylPAS, Master Roof, InnoPAS, those are all UV stable, 100%. So you can put them on top. They do not need maintenance. They don't fade. They don't delaminate. They don't deteriorate as in break and crack and such stuff. So those are sunlight materials. Those are underground materials.
You said those are UV, 100% UV stable. What about like your torch-on that's got the heat reflection and that?
Okay, well your silver reflective paint, the misconception of what people have with torch-on is they put torch-on on, it's 4 mils thick. It is a oil-based material, the torch-on. So now they go and they put the silver on the top and they say silver, aluminium, bituminous aluminium silver coat reflective sealant. It is aluminium based. There's sections of aluminium in there, so it's metal. The silver reflects heat. I'll give it that. But put your hand on that silver. Put your hand on a flat torch-on roof. It retains as much as what it reflects. So it reflects the sun, yes, but put your hand on there, it is hot. The problem now is that torch-on, because there's joints and seams, that silver heats up, the oil inside the torch-on reduces, and that's when now the torch-on is going from, it's 4 mils before you fuse it. That's the other thing. They give it to you, they say, no, it's 4 mils thick. Once you've heated it down and you've put it down, it's around 2.8 mils thick because it's melted. But they don't tell you that. Now it's joined. That seam and that joint that opens up will open because it's oil-based and because of the heat. My material, most of my material, we leave it on a white color purely because white reflects the most and it retains no heat. So most of my materials are white. If you want a specific color on the acryl pads, I can give you the acryl pads and the master roof. I can give you grey, terracotta, and green. Those are my normal colors, standard colors that I've got in stock. If you want a specific color, you choose the International RAL color chart. You give that to your client. I then have to bring that specific color in for you. And then the main color is peach and white. White, peach and white. You'll see all of my material except for the inner pads. The acryl pads and the master roof are 2 colors. It's peach and white, or grey and white, or red and white, or it's always 2 separate colors. For the reason we put down the primer. After the primer is down, we put down the first coat. If I can see any primer, I don't have enough of that color. Then I put down the peach. Now I see no primer, only peach. When that is pure and dry, 4 to 6 hours later, I then start with the white or the second coat. When I'm finished with the second coat, if I see any peach, I don't have enough material. So it is a quality assurance from your side as well, when you are putting down, that you know if the peach is down and there's no primer, and you put the white down and there's no peach, let it dry, it's cured. That is the right thickness you need. As long as you don't see the bottom color, then you have got enough. And then the other thing is on the acryl pads, the master roof, the inner pads, if your client does not like any of the colors that I have got, you can go to Builder's Warehouse and you can buy an acrylic paint, a roof acrylic paint. Make sure that they don't go buy the contractor's $1.99 for a 20-litre roof acrylic paint. If you put rubbish on my material, in 2-3 years' time, if that paint looks crap, it's going to make my material look crap. So if you put on a decent paint, it should be fine for 7 to 10 years. As long as it's an acrylic, don't put an enamel on. Enamel will char my material, except for the polyurethane. So that's pretty much, my materials, guys. But you'll see through the application on here, these are on the main stuff. If there is anything that you need on site, and you say, that white boy was talking so fast, I'm so confused, what do I do there? Take a photo, send it to me, I'm on WhatsApp, send me a long story, send me an email, send me measurements, send me as much information, then I don't have to be there on site with you. But then I can tell you, okay, look for that, look for that, look for that. Once you've checked all of that, I will give you the right advice over the phone. If it means that you need me to do a site inspection, I'll do a site inspection, or John will do a site inspection anywhere in Johannesburg, anywhere in Pretoria. If it's anywhere out of town, you can book us a night, bed and breakfast or whatever, as long as you pay for our accommodation. If it's not too far, the transport we will cover. So if it's to Polokwane or, that's fine. We'll cover the transport. Just make sure that we've got somewhere to stay. Your younger sister, your ex-wife, you know, just get us here. As long as you look after us on that, we will help you all the way through. And the deal that I have with my applicators, my new applicators, is that if you buy material from me, I'm going to give you your first job. I'm going to help you with my team on your first job. So make sure it's a big one. If you send me somewhere to do 30 squares, you're losing your thing of... So I will send my team to give you guys site assistance and help your first day. If your teams are on site, my team will train your team on site with that job on site. And that I give to you free of charge on your first job. Thereafter, we have about, I think it's about 3,500 Rand per day if I need to send my team. That's my team with their truck, with their machinery, with their spray machines, everything combined. It's not that I'm just sending you a team, and I'm sending you a complete team with all of their machinery, all of their tools. So that I can also give you guys as well. If you guys have connections and you feel like, hey man, I've got this 3.5, 4 million Rand job, it might be too big for me, you can give it to us. We will then work out a commission back to you so that you can get a rebate back from us, but then we'll hold the guarantee for you. If it means that your client doesn't want to accept you guys doing the job on a big job because you don't have references or you don't have, we are fully accredited with everybody in South Africa that we need to be. Okay. Any questions, guys?
For water tanks and reservoirs,
Yes.
what kind of material would you use? That
What substrate is going to be? Cement, concrete?
Cement.
Cement. In that application, you would use the Rapid Flex. As long as it's buried in the water and that, also on site. So if you've got a small reservoir that's maybe 30, 40 cubes, then we can use the seal pads, the cementitious, but then we put on 2 coats. The seal pads can handle up to negative 2 bar pressure. I use that in koi ponds, all of my stuff, all of my material, except for that one there, is eco-friendly, non-toxic. You can fill up the dam with that, the Rapid Flex and that. You can have drinking water, you can have a koi pond, you can have fish, you can have plants. It will not kill anything. The only difference is with the Rapid Flex and the Rapid Flex RT, is the RT is for root treatment. That is if you've got so this guy decided to take off his tiled roof that's been giving him problem for years, and he decided to put on a flat roof, and now his wife decides she wants to have grass on the roof, real grass. You take Rapid Flex, you spray it from here, go down, all the way to there. We then put a drainage board. We've got a special drainage board in the office. Drainage board goes over, geotextile fabric goes on top of that, soil and grass. Then you can water it as much as you want. What happens, the water goes through the soil, filters when it hits the geofabric, which is your black Bitum cloth, your grey Bitum cloth. It will then go through there, it will let the water through, it will keep the soil. The water is then going to go into the drainage board. Underneath the drainage board, between the drainage board and the Rapid Flex, it's then going to run, because you guys have created a decent outlet, it's going to run to the outlet and go on. And because they want a grass roof in that, they've got an extension here with a leaf catcher, and they've got a big fat 1,500 litre JoJo tank collecting the water. Always try and suggest that as well to your clients. When you see around the house there's a down pipe and it's just pouring water into the foundation or it's making problems, suggest to them, you know what, you've got to build this warehouse, phone Jojo, get a Jojo tank, collect that water. You know, we've had water restrictions and it's only going to get worse. So if your clients can save water, 1,500, 3,000 litres water. If you look at a tiled roof like that from the height, you won't see it. If you go down and you look along the tiled roof like that, you'll see if that line of those tiles dips. If it dips, that's timber. Fix that first. And then obviously on a tiled roof, you've got the big 5. Always look on the big 5. If you climb up onto a tiled roof, your big 5 are going to be your ridging, which is basically your cat tile. Check that ridging, check valleys, check broken tiles, check chimneys, skylights, extractor fans. All of those things you need to check each point. Don't guarantee it and just say, oh no, we'll do the ridging. I like to give a big 5 and boom, I give you a 3-year guarantee on your tile roof. I don't normally give a 10-year guarantee on the tile roof unless I've sprayed it or I've done another section of the property that's taken them over 100,000. Then I'll get a 10-year guarantee on the tile roof. But normally on the tile roof, I don't give a guarantee longer than 3 years. Okay.
So, what can you use on the pool concrete?
On
the pool.
On pool concrete. Polyurethane, the inner pads. The only problem with the inner pads is very slippery. So once I've done one pool with inner pads, but I don't. Normally, I would rather say let the guys marblite it, or to specialize in the pool. The pool is a very special thing. And then all of our materials are eco-friendly, non-toxic, water-based. So if you get it on your hands, don't worry, you don't have to go to the doctor. You can just take a bit of soap, water, and all my materials goes off with soap and water.